their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern, his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay. Why does it keep doing that with this vertical layout? I don't understand. Why can't I just... Oh, I think I know why. All right. I think the characters that all the characters that I've created for this game before, they're all been male characters. So maybe I have better luck playing a female character. That was the case with Dragon Age Origins. A woman's role in Eora is largely dependent on where she is from. In the Aether Empire, Valen Republics, and Durwood, women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles. They're the primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of tribes in Nazatok. In Airglanfath, the exometal women and men have more fluid social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. Since I've read most of these in the past, I'll probably have to just go back and read them. Valen is the mercantile power and former colony. Durwood is with the elves, I think, right? Alright, so we'll play a female character. Yeah, the Almoa, they look different in this game compared to in Avowed, because you don't see the scales on their skin. Dwarf female. No. We tried playing a dwarf female in Dragon Age Inquisition. It was funny, and then she was having sex with a large oaf. Well, since we're already playing a godlike in Avowed, we're not gonna play a godlike here, I think. Let's start with just human and look at the portrait. That's, I see, kind of have to match the portrait. Oh, Durwood is not necessarily the elven races. They don't even have really elves in there here. Oh no, they do. they do have an Elven. Okay, hold on. I think we'll go with Meadowfolk. Okay, monk. Oh, look at that. Ooh. That's a big ass book. I think I played Barbarian before. I think I played Pally before. Chanter. I'm not sure if I want to do priest because I think they're supposed to be religious, so I don't think we played Cypher before. Mind Hunters. Direct contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche. Druid. I think I've tried Rogue before. I think I've tried Fighter before. Transcendent Suffering. When monks have no weapons equipped, their unarmed attacks are exceptionally powerful and continue to increase in damage as they gain levels. As monks are damaged, their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power many of the monk's special abilities. Maybe we should try monk. Let's do it. Monk abilities cover an array of effects to bolster the effect of their melee attacks. Protect the monk from afflictions or turn the tables on attackers. Most monk abilities are powered by wounds, but some simply have per encounter or per rest use. Wait, I can only have one? Torment's Reach. This ability exploits the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. The initial target is hit with a powerful blow that does additional crush damage. Enemies in a cone behind the target suffer crush damage and have their might reduced. This sounds pretty good. The monk's hand becomes a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a brief second. Plus 25% attack speed. Let's go with Torment's Rage. So Might, Constitution, and Dex. Okay. So maybe Dex. 8 Dex. Maybe. Largest, most powerful force in part of the world. It is centered around the equator and has a tropical climate. This empire has colonies in numerous areas of the world. Greater Adair is at the heart and houses majority of its human and elven nation. So what's the Might Constitution Index? Whoa, what the? Located in the northeast of Irglandfire, the Axametal Plains, a large expanse. Fertile savannas extensively farmed by humans in Orland. Residents, the Axametal culture is one of the oldest in the world, though one of the least imperialistic, having spread out a little over the past several thousand years. Are we at Rautai and Avowed? The Living Lands. The White That Wins. This is crazy, this outfit. Resolve. Oh no, we don't need resolve. Might Constitution Dex. We'll go with the Living Lens. Colonist. Drifter. Explorer. Hunter. Laborer. Mercenary. Merchant. I think I like Explorer. Athletics is good too. I mean, Laborer here looks good too. I'll go with Laborer. Whoa, this portrait actually looks nice. Okay, what would be... I always like playing an older lady, so... I don't think, like, when you get to the Omoa, it doesn't even show that they have scales here, right, compared to how they look in Avowed. Let me just get an Omoa. Okay, now we're to the guys already. There's no female Omoa portrait. Oh no, right here. See, I mean, it looks like they only have blue skin, but they actually have scales. The Omoa, actually, their skins are scaly, but you can't see it here. I don't know if they've just decided to do that, like when with Avowed, like adding that detail in. This is a pretty good portrait. Let's see what else we have. There was another one that I liked earlier. These are all elves. I like this one, but I think that's more for a warrior. This one, she's not an elf, so maybe we can, let's see if we can replicate this. The hair color is already almost there. Oh, that's the, okay, Please give me that hair. Please. I like that portrait a lot, so please give me her hair, please. It needs to be longer. It's not available, is it? No. See, that's the problem. I really like this portrait, actually. I think this is the portrait, but I can't find the hair. The closest actually is like right here, but it needs to be longer than that. Oh well. I'll go with this one, I guess.
Eh? I've got this. Let's go! I'm here. I'm flattered. Just say the word. I'll lead the way. Silence surrounds me. Oh? I shall lead us. Attack! The better part of valor. Well, now I am leader of the group. Show them how it's done! Hey there. Watch and learn. Keeping an eye out.
Ingrid. Yes, I think this is good.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rock, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here. bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up. This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. If you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha!
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Kalisha. Kalisha, though.
As you wish.
These tall glass green pillars appear as if they're sprouted from the earth. The flickering fires as shadows dancing within.
I'll see it done. It's finished.
Kind of beast in these woods, and then you have the tribes. Orland's Cradle. The fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from
Not
the
looking
jagged
forward
wound.
to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Sap oozes from the jagged wound in its trunk.
As you wish. As you wish.
I've traveled with Obama before. He's never led us astray. Don't mind Obama. This is a good place to camp as any. I see more and more people on the roads these days, looking for safety in towns and cities, it seems.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Caravan life doesn't agree with you, does it? You look as raw as that merchant Hoden. It's best not to wander alone, especially so near the ruins. I suppose you wouldn't know much about Glenfathens. They're mighty protective of places like this. You really don't look good. Obama was right
Go
to
on
stop.
then, before it gets too dark.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He shakes his head and laughs when he notices you. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. The life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
With an look like that, I'm sure you'll do well. We'll see, I suppose. I'm just trying to do right by my family.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me more about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
He shrugs. Durwood is a former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Serens' work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Sounds reasonable enough. Out here, I'm just taking it one day at a time. screwed up, scared, doing anything that
Hmm?
I needed. Shining like a fiery beacon, you got that medicine I
Yes.
need.
Well,
Well, well. That's Torment's Reach.
hmm? Yes.
Living in a garden of evil, screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed. Like a fiery beacon, you got that medicine I need. Baby, make a love, give it to me slowly. Oh, toggle turn-based mode over here.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere. There's a grove nearby. Ought to have what you're looking for. There's a grove nearby. Ought to have what you're looking for.
Oops. This path winds through the narrow canyon, back the way you came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans.
Let's check by those outcroppings. This is it.
Obama says you're a working woman. What was the background that I choose for? I don't even remember. That's right, made my living as a builder. Yeah, how is it that you happen to come here? I learned my trade when times were good. Now that they're hard, no one has need of me. Some things just aren't in the stars, and there's no changing it. Makes you wonder if the gods like putting us in situations that can't be resolved, just to see what we do. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Blood Raedric's offer makes the girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? And you meet Kalisha's parents in about at the port. So this is happening like Pillars of Eternity. The story happens during like simultaneously with the happenings in Avowed, apparently, because the parents were talking about didn't know that Kalisha has died. And the sister, we're talking about the sister in the present, so it's happening simultaneously when you the stuff that you do in Avowed. And this, I wonder, because, well, I also started playing Avowed again. I continued playing it. It's a pretty good game. Need to go back into that game too, because I really like it. I wonder if there's like the stuff that's happening in there has a connection with this. I know it's like two different locations, but I wonder if it's linked somehow. I haven't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way? I like the first option. I hope to meet someone and fall in love. I don't want to scare you, but the way some of these rural types look, you might want to reconsider that. Lots of sideways teeth and hair sprouting from unexpected places. Ew. Hairy balls? No, you gotta pluck those. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Obama's will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here sometimes back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages, been doing guide work in Eximatel, but I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Obama I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive around this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents end up living in the Living Lands. That's right. I thought it was the other place, the Living Lands. So it's funny how this whole thing inspired them to have the parents actually show up in Avowed. They were at the port when you first land. If you continue down that dock to the left, I think there's an older couple, and then it's either to the left or to the right, a little bit further to the right. But they're in the docks, and they were talking about Kalisha and the sister. That's right. They're in the living lands is where Avowed takes place. I've got a brother in Rotai, another in Ader. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Durwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Ader Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an easy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's getting your water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just around down that way. Come on, let's get you your water.
What is it?
Dang, she is too feisty. What is that?
Well.
Well. The burn lady. It's kind of cool that they've decided on a concurrent story, like with Avowed. I think that's great.
What a surprise. Sparkle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on. This is recent. Not good.
The footprints around the campfire indistinct. It may have been here for days or longer. Why is it still there? Oh. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You have gained an item, quest, full water skin added to the stash. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparkle, are you alright?
Kalisha frowns. Sparkle's toe catches a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, and the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush! Well,
Dang,
come on, we have to get back to camp.
that kick.
As you wish.
Where's the cat? Maybe this whole monk thing is awesome.
As you wish.
I guess we should always have her equip a bow.
Yes.
Jazza. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe in a thick beard tassel with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man who you recognize as Hoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Murderers, you will pay for each life. Death willed by the gods is not murder but righteousness. You have trespassed in places of which no mortal man is worthy. The debt is not ours to pay, but yours. So I say again, lay down your arms. I don't even carry a weapon with me. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. The man considers this, looking you up and down. Yet. He shoves Odin toward you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Odin's torso. Odin screams and stumbles forward, a white gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high.
What is it? What is it?
Too easy. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile. Upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slash across chest and bowel, Obama's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step. You set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. Without a weapon in your hands, you can do little to help him from where you stand. That's right, I don't have any weapons. Now grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
And we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Hayden's jaw tightens. He nods. Well. A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Kalisha shakes her head. Windstorm of a kind they only get in Air Glanforth. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfortans' word is Beerwick, To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the lands that couldn't find their way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glen Fattens. Those be the hut dwellers Odama warned about you about. Obama. Look to be fangs of Gallowayne, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Obama. I think he half expected this. Once we lost the main road. The Glenfattens said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odama would never allow it. But as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glenfattens don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she glances down the passage beyond, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in our caravan? Kalicia's lips pressed together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about all this. Kalisha looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking. Because there's nothing else to be done. And because there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Heo then takes a step forward and his knee buckles. And before anyone can catch him, he stumbles onto the ground, his cheek striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up to the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glonfathens were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Maybe you didn't hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Kalicia's right. We have to press on. We don't know what we're up against.
I'll do my best.
Oh, he's injured. Bruised ribs. -4 constitution.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zarip. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Zarip recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spears. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Raise your arm and stand still. Slowly back away.
He won't see me coming. Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful. Those symbols just like the tiles.
Be quiet.
The mural must be ancient, and yet the colors are so bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Ingwithans from all the Kith races, Almoa, Elf, Orlan, Dwarf, and Human. They walk among the pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame. This is too small. Okay.
Well,
Well.
as you wish. As you wish.
A symbol of interwoven rings is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. Use your torch. Okay.
What is it? No prisoners!
Now it's too big. Look how big this shit is. Crazy. Oh.
As you wish. Where'd that slime come from?
Vicious and oily, this muck clings to anything it touches. A vicious slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath, but you can't tell what. Use your water skin to clean off the ooze. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty. A gem fills the other.
Yes. Well,
Feels like there's a draft going through that wall. Don't hear any sign of that storm either.
hmm? Yes. What is it? Keeping an eye out.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
Oops.
I'll be quiet.
What is it? What is it?
A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. You set to work, the cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you'd expected. Sweat beads your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. After several long moments, you begin to see the light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift, then tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through.
Yes.
Dang, that damage.
They'll never know I'm here.
Wait. Do you hear that?
A small folio is torn in several places, and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible. I can't believe my luck. Few rounds of dice, and I've got my hands on a genuine and with an artifact. The fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins, but if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then it's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Silantless in the morning, then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. This brilliant blue gem has been sculptured to look like an eye. Back there. Come on. The Tsar sniffs around your pack and noses excitedly at something. It steps back and points to your pack, salivating and holding its spear out for you. Oh. Give scalded meat to the creature. You produce a piece of scalded meat from the pack and tosses it onto the floor. The Zoliv's nostrils flare at the scent of the fresh meat, and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps towards the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its gullet quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. chest for the spear. The Zod continues to gnaw on knots of cartilage and tendon.
Yes.
That's funny. Sweetheart, it's not time yet. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, baby.
What is it?
Give me a second, sweet love. I'm sorry, baby. I was totally distracted. Okay.
Be quiet.
I didn't know it's already
What is it?
Dang. Oops. Gotta go this way. Coming, Suki.